What's up, Nicholas?
Not much, just popping in on your Facebook Live, enjoying it.
That's cool, dude. I appreciate that. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What was you laughing at?
Well, no, I just thought it was funny because you said it doesn't matter who you use, just do it.
Yeah.
You know, I've been working with the public my whole life, and for some reason I don't like cold calling just like a lot of other agents.
Yeah.
It's not a fear of rejection, it's just redundant. I just can't figure out how to make it something that I can look forward to doing every day.
Yeah. So that's kind of your question to me?
Kinda. I mean, how did you get into the routine of doing it? Did you do it before you sold real estate, or did you just start to bang it out and you grew to like it after achieving revenue by doing it?
The latter part. I banged it out and then ended up enjoying it later because I started out nervous too, but I knew that it was what I had to do. So I didn't care about anything else except for being a huge success. So it didn't matter to me. What did you do before real estate?
I worked in hospitality.
Okay.
Restaurants, hotels.
Yeah. So before real estate for me, my dad had a roofing business, and I roofed houses every day, right? And so I laid shingles all day long, or metal. And in that business, you don't get paid unless you lay a certain, you don't get paid. You get paid per bundle of shingles you lay, or per squares you lay on a roof. So you have to be super high productive to actually, even get a paycheck enough to pay your bills in that business, right? So,
Correct.
So when I got into real estate, it was like my brain was already programmed at such a high production level of I get paid based on how much I do. And so to me, literally, phone calls were like laying shingles to me. It was like I didn't care. Yeah. It was like I didn't care like what they said or what the results of the calls were. It was just that I know I have to make this many calls to get paid. And so, and the more that I make, the more I get paid. So I just became a beast at just making calls and not caring what people said. Or, I had so many people get mad at me and reject me and hang up on me and cuss me out and all kinds of stuff, man, when I first started. And I didn't care. I just hung up with them and called somebody else and kept it going. So I got nervous, but I knew that I was doing it for the greater good of my career. See, I knew that phone calls were going to turn me into a beast in 10 years, and that one day I would be the best agent in the area if I did these calls for 10 years. And now here I am. So it's just something you have to say to yourself, I have to do this. And I had a coaching call today, and he's starting to make calls for the first time. And I don't know how many calls he made, a lot of calls. And he got 3 email addresses, and he got a listing out of it. And he didn't know if that was good or bad. And I was like, man, that is awesome. Like, that is like really, really, really good. And the thing is the factor that people don't factor in there, they say, oh, I made 500 calls. I got 3 email addresses and 1 listing. Those numbers don't work out. Well, what they're not figuring in there is the experience that they got making those 500 calls. Like the experience you got of like what worked and what doesn't work, the tone of your voice, getting used to making calls, making yourself do it when you don't want to do it. All the experience that he got from doing the calls, it actually is worth way more than the listing or the 3 emails, even though the 3 emails and the listing are awesome. It's like so, and then like over the years you get better and better and better, and what I was telling him is that my numbers, when I make 500 calls, my numbers are probably the same as his. I probably get 1 listing and 3 email addresses, dude. My numbers still suck is what I'm saying. The difference is I've made tens of thousands of calls over the years, and I've built up this database of the 0.000% of people that I talk to.
Basically, the volume and the experience is
Yeah, yeah. What are you saying now? The experience?
But yeah, it seems as if the volume and the experience that's gained from making that many calls, it maybe makes it tolerable, profitable,
Right.
and doable.
Right.
Basically. Definitely my business suffering from that fear of rejection, the initial fear. Once we do it a couple times, then it doesn't matter. You know, more so is like social media, how you're killing it on Facebook Live. I've got great listings right now. I can go tour them, but for some reason I'm not. You know, what's wrong?
So you're saying, so what was the last part? What's wrong with what?
Like how you rock it out on Facebook Live. I mean, it's a free marketing tool right there for everybody to use.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that same fear of not being liked or accepted or whatever, you know, I don't want everybody to like about me. I don't necessarily care, but as a business, I do, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, dude, yeah. Dude, what I had my second broker, you know, we did this roundtable talk one time, and my second broker, we all had to write something down about everybody else that we thought was their best trait. And my broker, he wrote, and I'll never forget it, he wrote that my best trait is that I absolutely just do not crumble to rejection. Like he was blown away by the fact that I would call anybody, a doctor, a lawyer, you know, I didn't even know who I was calling. I would just get on the phone and just start talking and just making stuff happen. And sometimes I would make it happen, and sometimes I would get cussed out, but I didn't care. And he was blown away by that. And that's just how you have to be. You know, if you want to be big, see, here's the thing, Nicholas, and this is like the bottom line, right? And this is for everybody. There is an unlimited amount of people out there in your market. There's an unlimited amount of people who, once they talk to you and realize how you and their personalities click up together, they'll never use any other realtor ever again for the rest of their life because of how awesome that you connect with them with your unique personality. Right? So think about that for a second. There's unlimited amount of people that will only deal with you. Okay? The problem is you haven't done the work, you haven't put the work in to find those people. I mean, seriously, dude, there's an unlimited amount of people that will only deal with you. But you have to put the work in. And see, what happens is people make 500 or 1,000 calls or make calls for 2 or 3 months, and they don't get a lot of results right in the beginning. So the results is like 0.0001%, and they're just like, this doesn't work, right? But here's the thing. That's my numbers. Like, I still have 0.0001. The difference is that the reason why I'm preaching to make calls and to go after property owners is because the property owners are the highest quality prospects in any market. Like internet leads, buyers, sign calls, and all that. Those are great. You can make a little bit of money there, but you're not going to make any big money. So unless you have lots of long-term relationships with owners who are buying and selling, right? So if owners are the highest quality prospect, you know, who cares what the percentage is if you're getting 0.0001%, you know, you're basically getting that same percentage when you're dealing with internet leads. It's like 1 in 400 buy something. And, you know, all the other statistics out there, all of them suck. So if it's going to suck anyway, then why not let's concentrate on the highest quality people that the numbers suck at, which is property owners. You know, in the niche market you want to dominate, in the niche market you want to sell in the property type that's selling quicker for more money in your market, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's just the way I look at it, man, you know, and everybody does it differently. And you know, I've seen it go so many different ways. But I've seen a lot of agents come and go, and I know whenever they're new, and I say, hey, let's make some phone calls, and they're like, I don't know about that. Then I'm thinking in the back of my head, that's a red flag. You know, They're going to be here for about 6 months. They're going to be here for about 6 months. They're going to sell 2 properties, and they're going to have to go back to the day job.
Yeah. Yep. Well, listen, I also just wanted to say real quick that I really appreciate your help and guidance. You actually reached out to me not too long ago, and you were like so nice. I thought it was somebody scamming me, to be honest. So, I just want to say I appreciate it.
That's funny, dude. I appreciate it, man. Hey, let's hook up, man. Let's talk again real soon.
No, that sounds great. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man.
And everybody else, have a great day. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, man. See you, Nicholas.